All right, how's it going, guys? My name is Andres Navarro. I'm in Group H, and this is my project presentation poster. So we can start with the title. The title for this project was Effective Token Economy on Percentage of Opportunity for Responding to Name. So let's unpack that. We can start with the rationale, which is basically the inspiration for this intervention. So I recently was assigned to a client. She is a female 7-year-old client on the spectrum and diagnosed with ADHD. So I work with this client in home and at my clinic. Everything's fine at the clinic, but I noticed that there's a deficit when I work with her in home. And basically, what that means is that her parents have to constantly say her name or block access to whatever toy or activity she's engaging with just to gain her attention. So there's obviously a deficit there. And I believe that this kind of behavior negatively impacts her already established social relationships. So, like her parents, her younger siblings, all that kind of stuff, along with affect the amount of meaningful relationships she's able to make in the future. So, to combat that, I presented her with a token economy. So, we can now go into the method. So, the independent variable for this project was the token economy. The token economy consisted of 5 tokens before she gained reinforcement. And then that kind of leads me into the dependent variable. So earning a token was contingent on independently responding to her name. The operational definition I came up with responding to name was verbally responding to her name being called, followed along with maintaining eye contact. So basically, what that means is if she engaged in one behavior but not the other, it's incorrect according to my operational definition. So yes, tokens were contingent on independently responding to her name. If she earned all 5 of her tokens, she got reinforcement. If you guys were curious, she earned access to her favorite music video, which was Soda Pop from K-pop Demon Hunters. So for the design I went with AB design, which basically consists of switching back and forth from baseline to intervention again. The reason I did that was because I was only observing one single behavior, and I wanted to prove that this behavior or the percentage of opportunity for this behavior increases in the presence of the intervention. In terms of results, so the first baseline phase, I did 3 different sessions and I gave her 5 opportunities within those sessions to independently respond. So yeah, in the baseline phase, she only got 2 out of 15 responses correct, which is really low. As soon as I introduced the token economy to her, it skyrocketed to 15 out of 19 trials of independently responding. That number might sound a little weird, but basically during the baseline phase, I only collected data on those 5 trials. But then during the intervention phase, I kept collecting data until she earned reinforcement. So that's why it's 15 out of 19 trials correct. And yeah, she was really excited. It got to the point where she kept telling me, like, tell my name or say my name, just so she can earn a token. She was expecting reinforcement, which was really cool. During the second baseline phase, I was a little nervous because she got 5 out of 5 during the first session, but she was upset and she was anticipating reinforcement and she was upset because she didn't get reinforced for those independent responses. So her motivation to respond decreased, and you can see that in the graph. There was a little dip, and she only got 60% correct. As soon as I reintroduced the token economy again, it went back to 5 out of 5. There was a slight dip in the middle, but I think just everyone kind of has those days. And then if you see the next session, it continued to increase. So I thought that was really cool. In terms of discussion, based on the results, I would say that my research question was answered, which was basically if I introduce her a token economy, will her motivation to respond to her name increase? And then, as I mentioned before, I did AB design. And as you can see from my graph, I would say that the percentage of opportunity increased in the presence of the intervention, which I thought was really cool. The family was also really happy with the results. The only thing that I would change from this project was I would incorporate more of the family members or other RBTs or something like that. And that's because I noticed that her parents would still struggle to gain her attention. Along with my BCBA, I remember there was this one time where she observed my session and she had to go through the same thing that her parents did. having to constantly say her name or block access to a toy just to get her attention. So yeah, like one idea I had was that the next time I run this kind of intervention is instruct the learner, you can earn 2 tokens from me, but you have to earn 1 token from your mom, your dad, or your younger sibling to get the music video. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you.